so left-hand one, I think your posture looks better on the right-hand one. You're a little bit taller, which will help this rotation. This left-hand one now, as you go back, club kind of outside your hands there.
Yeah.
Halfway back, we've got the club kind of going through your right shoulder collarbone. This is your very first one. Yeah, this is your before. This right-hand one is now your change.
Oh, okay.
So this is the better one.
Okay, sorry.
So as the club goes back now, you turn your torso. See the club now more in line with your hands and your toe line. Really good. Now as you keep turning, the club now is through your right bicep, okay? So you see a difference there in terms of where the angle of that club is swinging. So this club now is swinging down there, whereas this club is swinging there, yeah? So we're swinging more around our body because the body is turning better, yeah? As the club then gets to the top of the backswing, we're not quite as steep, whereas this one now, as you go to the top of the backswing, we are a little bit on the steeper side. As we come back down, you can see now you're following that yellow line, but actually even more so right of it, so even steeper again. So that club now is coming across the golf ball, chopping into the golf ball there now, foot pretty planted on the floor there, not really much movement with that lower half, is there?
Yeah.
This one here now, as we come back down, again, matching up with the swing plane, club coming more from the inside, good strike. Let's look at that right foot now. We're starting to move, and then the ball then flying a bit more straight towards target. Has that moved fully? No. Is it moved more? Yes. And if we move any more, that might be a bit too much too soon. But I think from a point of view of get the body to move the club. So this movement here now, you can see as that club is moving away, you can see your right sort of hip pocket, your right sort of shoulder there moving back. This is what we're going to try and get used to doing over and over again. Like I said, as if you were handing something to somebody to your right. Now, yes, if you were handing, you would look, as I showed you, obviously when we're looking at a golf ball, we're looking down at where the ball is, but the sensation of passing something to your right, this hip here, this shoulder, needs to be responsible for the club working around us. If it gets stuck and we slide or we don't move it at all, something else within our golf swing will take over. And
could we have a look at that one front on? Or don't you didn't
I've got the front on one. I got it front on video from the other side. I can show you if you wanted to, but not on this one here now. Okay, but you can see the front on there. Yeah. What were you going to try and see from the front on? Because maybe I'll show you from this side potentially.
I moved.
In terms of shifting your weight.
Yes.
Okay, so if we look at your shadow, there's kind of the edge of your shadow there. Yeah, you move into the left side there. You've got to be, because the fact your right foot's moving off the ground, there's the edge of your shadow kind of there. So you've moved kind of to the left. And the fact this foot is starting to lift before impact, you couldn't, put it this way, if your right foot was in that position, off the ground a little bit before impact, and your weight was back towards the camera, you'd swing to there and fall over. Because if you think about it, if I'm doing this now, and my weight's on my back foot.
I understand.
There's no chance. So you have moved better on that one, yeah.
But my foot shouldn't lift until I've made contact.
The right foot should be rolling in before impact, I would say, yeah. That right, I want to see that right foot at impact more this way, yeah. I'll show you an image of some of the talkers and what their right foot looks like at impact, yeah. Certainly shouldn't be flat on the ground.
No.
We want to be moving now. Yeah, okay. There is an argument you could say you can move too quickly. Like with anything in golf, you could be too slow, too fast, too outside, too inside, too steep, too shallow. There's always both ends of the spectrum, should we say, we can be on. But the moment now, because the majority of your first 10, 12 shots, you were very flat-footed on this left-hand image on the right foot, I wouldn't say at the moment you can move too much, yeah? No. In time, you probably could. Yeah. But at the moment now, we want to get that right foot moving almost as soon as possible, yeah? So when you're up here now, your weight should be shifting. So this knee, as you can see, is moving towards the left. It's what we discussed in the last session, bringing the knees together. Yeah. And if your knees to come together, Gareth, that right foot's got to start moving in. So the fact you finished on that right foot up towards its toe stands to reason that your weight was moving in the right direction. But as I said, the first thing you've got to get right is this takeaway with the club working with the torso. If the arms get very sort of lifty and choppy, and the club gets what we call outside the hands at this point, you get very steep. If you're in this position here now and the club's kind of working out outside, I mean, that shaft there sort of parallel to the ground, it's basically over there. So that's where you're going to swing the golf club, isn't it, yeah? There's a few checkpoints kind of like halfway back over your toe line, top of the backswing kind of, see the club shaft pointing over there. So everything at this position now is telling that golf ball, I'm going to hit the golf ball towards this kind of X marks a spot over there. Yeah, that's where you're swinging it to. Now, when you did a normal swing and changed nothing, that's where it went. But then your way of fixing that was, I'll do the same backswing that's going to cause me to go to that red cross, but then at the last second, I'll try to and revert back to kind of just like pushing it out to the right, which you did occasionally, but it sacrificed distance. Yeah, it wasn't as good a golf shot. Went quite high, so into wind you'd stall the ball, it wouldn't go very far. And on a good lie, we can do it once or twice out of 5. On a bad lie or something else on a golf course, it's going to be even less, isn't it? So, okay, so the first thing I say, work on that takeaway. Get that. I think one little thing you can do at home is just lay a club down on the ground over your toe line and just practice swinging the club to there. Yeah, get that club over your toe line. So to do that, you're moving the torso to get the club work on a better angle. Yeah. Do that until to the point where you can't not do it, yeah? Just to become so natural at this point.
Yes.
That's where the club's lined up to, yeah?
Yeah.
That makes sense then, yeah, with that?
No,
Good. I get a couple of videos from Face on, we can show you, but yeah, certainly from those videos there, it would stand to reason you are moving to the left, otherwise, I'd say you'd be probably falling over. So, right, let's have a couple more then, and we'll see how we can progress with that.